Welcome to The Daily Grind, a Bluff City Media daily podcast. Stepping up to the microphone is your host, Luke Hatmaker. Grab your favorite morning brew, and let's get to the show.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the game. Do you guys watch Welcome to the Daily Grind. I'm your host, Luke Hatmaker. It's Wednesday, and that little song, Diddy song? I don't know. Little
Diddy song?
Diddy song.
I don't think Diddy wrote that one.
No,
that sounds inappropriate. We will just move along. It's Wednesday on the Daily Grind, and I got both Bucks. Two of them. Not one, but two of the Bucks from the 2 Bucks Sports Show with me. How we doing, fellas? Whoa.
I'm good. I am just splendid this morning. Glad to be here.
yeah, all's good in East Memphis. I was making some trail mix this morning for the day, so I'd have a snack later, but I was making it without raisins and M&Ms, and my roommate walked in and goes, "That's just nuts." Welcome to the Daily Grind.
Man, you put raisins.
I was almost going to be supportive of this joke if it was an anti-raisins joke.
It is.
Then you threw M&Ms in there, and I was like, no, I can't get on board.
But in order to make trail mix just nuts, you have to take out both raisins and M&Ms.
I'm so
And
glad.
Chex Mix.
I'm just glad
Pretzels.
we were all on the same page. Me and Uncle Buck were like, screw raisins. Yeah. We were both like, yeah, dried grapes. Screw them.
They're the worst.
They don't get it. They're in those little whatever.
Oh,
If
let's
you like-
wait till they rot, and then we put them in
Yeah.
a box and eat them. Like, okay.
I mean, I do eat blue cheese, so I eat like moldy cheese, but I ain't eating dried old grapes. No
Different.
thanks.
It's different.
No thanks.
Anybody that wants to write a dissertation about the difference between moldy cheese and moldy grapes, please do so in the comments.
Please.
We're gonna comments. Cheese.
Comics.
We were off the rail. We're
Sunday
just gonna talk about
Sunday.
playoff basketball. I saw the
Boy.
comics behind me, and I was like, "Oh, comic books."
Playoff basketball has been amazing.
Basketball's been amazing. Let's start
So
with the
good.
game that wasn't amazing last night.
Okay.
The Timberwolves really crapped the bed against the Warriors last night. They lost 99-88, and this one looked in a game where Steph Curry gets hurt and does not come back and injures his hammy, which those are like, I mean, the Wolves, you got to win this one. You have to. I mean,
Yeah.
Pat Spencer was playing, Kuminga was playing. Like that. If I'm a Wolves player, Wolves fan, I'm kicking myself after last night.
I mean, they scored 31 points in the first half, including 11 in the second quarter. Like when Steph went out, they played their worst. It's like that's when you have to capitalize is when Steph Curry is not on the court, and the fact that you hung sticks 11 points, that doesn't bode well for the rest of the series.
It was, listen, Golden State may be the team to beat.
No, don't say that.
No, but it's hinging on Curry coming back.
Yeah, you're right.
It is. But, I mean, you saw for some reason, it's the Jimmy Butler effect is taking over. They're playing amazing defense. I mean, in a game 7 at home against Houston, they boa constricted them. I mean, just if it wasn't for a flurry of threes late after the game was over, Houston may have 75 points in a game 7 at home against Golden State. And Houston's not a good offense, so maybe take it with a grain of salt. Then to go and host Minnesota, who just beat the Lakers in 5 and have been shooting the cover off the ball. I mean, they couldn't do anything. I mean, there was a lid on the basket.
It's hard to come off of the second coming of MJ, T-Wolves in 5 and all this hype talk of Anthony Edwards, and then you go 0 for 10 in the first half en route to you end up with 23 points, but you shoot 9 of 22 from the floor. Just an abysmal shooting night from Ant last night. Like Drew said, credit a lot to the Golden State defense, but this is going to be a long series for Minnesota fans in what might be a short series if they can't figure something else out.
They didn't get crap from their bench. I mean, Nall had 0 points, 0 rebounds, and 0 assists in 14 minutes. And Dante was 7 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, and he was not 1 of 7 from 3.
Yeah,
it was like
And
Nick-
Naz Reid wasn't that good either.
No, Nall better be glad he got that one steal, or he's heading towards the Tony Snell stat line rather quickly.
That's rebranded. That is
Oh, yeah,
now
it's
the
the
Kyle
Kuzma.
Kuzma.
The Kuzma.
Yeah, shout out to our boy Astronomo. If you're in the comments, man, your boy Kuzma is now the over guy.
And Tony Snell is off of the snide here.
Yep.
That's a Kyle Kuzma award. Yeah. Listen, everything that I thought has just been completely in shambles after one game of each conference and 2 games of a one.
Oh yeah.
Where each
Next.
I'm sure we're going to talk about now, but like I could not be more excited just to watch basketball. It is, and watching it without your team being in it is equally, almost as good. Not equally, almost as good. Because if the Grizzlies are in it, I'm all in on the Grizzlies, and everything else is just kind of like watching it as I drive by kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm invested in every single game when the Grizzlies aren't in it.
Yep.
And every one of them delivers, man.
Yeah.
You're able just to enjoy the product, which is really nice.
Right.
And I mean, I had myself last night. I was like, after this game, I was like, man, it was like playing out the scenarios. I was like, this Warriors team might wind up in the damn Western Conference final, in the finals. Like there's a scenario, and I was playing it out. I was like, this Warriors team, which I consider leaps and bounds worse, minus the Jimmy factor, than the one that beat us a few years ago. Yeah, it's just crazy. I mean, granted,
people undersold the Jimmy Butler trade when it happened. People undersold it, and I was over here saying, I don't care. Playoff Jimmy is a thing, and Steph's got 4 rings. It ain't, the math isn't that hard to come up with a scenario in which these guys would be amazing in the playoffs.
They're getting excellent Draymond too. Draymond is playing unreal.
And that's what playoff Jimmy does, is he's going to get the other guys around him to play better because of his leadership. He's got Buddy Hield thinking he's that guy in their post-game back and forth, little post-game interview, whatever, even though Buddy came out in the wrong shorts to start the game, which was objectively hilarious. Like Jimmy Butler brings everybody else up around him by being that leader on the team. You know, it's almost like Memphis could have used something like that.
We don't have to talk about that. Let's talk about the other game. You blew it.
Everybody talked about it, including me. I was like, do you want Jimmy if you've got to sign him for 2 more years after this one? There's no one happier about the contract Jimmy Butler signed than Golden State Warriors right now.
Yep. Well said. Well said. The other game that happened last night, oh man, this series, wow.
It's amazing. Wow. I mean, it's the best 2-0 series like I've seen in a long time, because you've got 2 classic games to start the series.
Yep.
I got a couple stats on this one.
Give it to me.
Because I'm sure we're going straight to the end here, like the ending of this game and how it finished. So, playoff record when trailing by 7 points with less than 1.5 minutes to go. 1.5. The Indiana Pacers are 2-0 this year. Every other team in the last 20 won in 384.
Jesus.
And that's a minute and a half. They did them both in 45 seconds.
Like a race. Because in the NBA, when you're up 7 with a minute to go, it's pretty well. Fans are leaving. You're wondering about making it to your flight. Like, it's pretty well wrapped up. But not for the Indiana Pacers. And for the first time in NBA history, they expanded the playoffs in 1975. All 4 road teams won game 1 in a playoff level. So in the second round, for example, all 4 road teams won.
Yeah.
Wild.
Man, all 4 games were great, except the one last night. They were all like really exciting basketball games.
Yeah, but this Cavs game, like the Cavaliers were without 3 of their best players. They didn't have Garland, they didn't have Mobley, and they didn't have DeAndre Hunter. They ran out a lot. Like, they had Strus and they had Ty Jerome, Dean Wade. And Ty Jerome did not shoot the ball well at all last night, and yet they were absolutely punching this Indiana Pacers team in the mouth in the first half. Like, they held them to 15 points in the first quarter. Like, in the first half, Cleveland was dominant. They couldn't miss. Max Strus was hitting big shots, had that monster dunk, and Donovan Mitchell looked like that dude. And Indiana
48.
just hung around. It
was so impressive. Me and my son were watching the end of the game together, and when Max Strus hit the 3, I thought it was over. Yep. And then they're inbounding the ball, and I look at Braxton, and Cleveland's side inbound. You know, they were down. They were up 3 with 47 seconds to go, something like that.
Yeah.
I said, buddy, all they got to do is get the ball in. Foul. They're going to be up 5. It's over. And he lobs that sucker, and Adrian Nembhard just plays safety and just just shucks the receiver behind him and goes up and snags it. And then it's like, boom, foul for Halliburton. And he makes the first one. And I was like, I don't know. Like, I said, he's going to make it and then foul. And then they're going to come back. We're going to do this thing. Misses it on purpose. And then they go get the offensive rebound. This is in Cleveland. Game on the line.
Yep.
And then Halliburton, shimmy, shake, 3. And I'm telling you, guys, we did laps around that house. Like, it was the most improbable win I think I've ever seen. Like,
and it was
the turnover to foul, missing on purpose, offensive rebound, step back, crossover 3 at the. I was like, oh,
it never works like that.
No, and it was the absolute opposite of the first half, because in the first half, Cleveland got every hustle ball, every rebound, every second chance opportunity, and then for Indiana to beat them at their own game at the end like that was wild. And I saw somewhere that they said that somewhere Tyrese Halliburton's dad just suplexed his mom through the table after that game winner.
Tyrese Halliburton, I hope they just make a run and he's finals MVP after how he come out as the most overrated player and all that.
Oh, man.
And everybody's chanting overrated. Here's another stat. This is a stats show. Tyrese Halliburton on shots to tie or take the lead in the last 2 minutes this year, the whole season. Tyrese Halliburton is 10 of 11.
Damn.
Good night. You
Damn.
talk about clutch
10 of
players.
11.
Yeah, clutch
Talk
player.
about
Over
clutch players.
90%.
Oh, the most overrated player is the clutch player. I do want to talk about this. Like, Donovan Mitchell was amazing last night.
He was so good.
But like they were talking about this on a broadcast too, Wayno. Like he had no really like his normal supporting cast wasn't there. Like normally he would like look to kick out to DeAndre Hunter or find Darius Garland or a lob for Evan Mobley. So like it was basically him and Jared Allen was his normal, like the normal dudes that he plays with. And so like last night, yeah, he probably shouldered a bit too much, even though Max Strus, it felt like didn't miss a single shot for about 36 minutes of the game. He kind of fell apart a little bit late. But that dunk they're talking about in the comments where he took off from the free throw line and just hammered it in the second quarter, I think early third, was
He had 2 of
just
them.
Yeah.
He had 2 of them.
Electric.
He was amazing. And it was great. There's no more victories when you lose like that at home.
No.
I mean,
You're going to
there's
Indiana
no
down
one-
0-2. You did not hold serve in your home court.
Not one time is Donovan Mitchell smiling when they said good game tonight.
Nope.
Like, no, I needed 50. Like, whatever it took. Like, that was just an absolute abject disaster. And I cannot imagine being a home fan as the 1 seed, paying a ton of money to go in that arena and watch to see us lose like that. It was like the exact opposite of what you saw in like Denver when they won Aaron Gordon at home. Like, it was just like nothing. It was amazing.
But Rusty, you brought up a really good point. I looking at this Cavs team, it's if Garland's out for an extended period, if they're going to be out for DeAndre Hunter an extended period, I mean, like Donovan Mitchell is playing with dudes that he's not familiar with playing that. Like you've got Ty Jerome and you got D Wade who combined for 5 points. And then you've got Sam Merrill, he starts Sam Merrill sometimes. If those dudes are out, is this going to be a sweep if these guys are out?
And this is another thing here. This is another thing here. Without Evan Mobley, like Neesmith puts that huge dunk in on that putback. Yeah, Evan Mobley's not there helping protect the paint. So you've got Jared Allen and Wade, and that's really your paint guys. Like that's not going to be conducive to a team that plays really well. Small ball, big ball with Miles Turner and Pascal Siakam, and they've got some dudes that are just hustle guys. And you're missing your guy. You're going to get put back dunks like that Neesmith one. And Neesmith, like he is like one of like those fringe trades. Well, before the playoffs, he's a fringe trade. He's a guy that's like going to command a much steeper price after this playoff series.
So it looks like I'm trying to see here. I pulled up the rebound. I'm trying to see who was on the free throw line competing for that defensive rebound. It's like Jared Allen, Max Strus, and who is that? Isaac Okoro, maybe?
Okoro, yeah.
Against Thomas, I believe that Aaron Neesmith and Miles Turner. So I mean,
you let Neesmith get that rebound with all that size in there, like they missed Evan Mobley. That's for sure.
And the Cavs are so special. I think that the Cavs, I've said it on multiple fronts this year, the Cavs are what the Grizzlies could aspire to be. because they do have that superstar point guard, but everybody else is just like plug and play. Like everybody else just fills a role, and they don't get in the way, and they just do what they're supposed to do, and they can be deep if they need to be, but they don't have to be. That's why they were in this game, because they are deep, they are good. The problem is Evan Mobley is now your defensive player of the year, and DeAndre Hunter, arguably the second best trade deadline acquisition in the NBA.
Yep.
And when it came down to just making that last play, it was just, you had to make one play. You made the plays all night long. You had to make one more. And Halliburton did it. I mean,
and Luke, like you were saying earlier, like if you're not going to get support from the supporting staff that you have, so like Merrill, D-Wade, Okoro, they were awful. Ty Jerome, awful last night. I mean, Okoro is all right, but like you're going to have to get one of those dudes is going to have to figure it out if you're going to be without Mobley, Garland, and Hunter for an extended period, because if not, you're going to get more like this. Indiana's not a team that you can let hang around. Clearly, you've gone back to back where they've hit a shot late to win the game, right? And so you're going to have to put this team to bed early, and you're going to need these guys to step up. Somebody like Ty Jerome's got to find his shot again, like all that swagger he had about midseason has got to come back, or this Indiana team is going to be a gentleman's sweep at best, but the opposite of what everybody thought.
Well, yeah, man. At this point, too, they've got to be feeling themselves. If you're Indiana, you got to feel unstoppable. I mean,
absolutely.
It's in your head.
You can't be beat.
Yeah, sure. There is nobody is safe. No lead is safe with that team right now. You're talking about fight. They're going back home now.
Yeah.
Man,
it's
and they're going to wear those. They're going to wear those city editions where they look good with that court at home. The crowd's going to be electric. And like I said, this is a team you have got to put to bed, because if there's any chance of like Drew was saying, any chance of a comeback, Indiana thinks they can do it right now because they have literally the most momentum out of anybody in the playoffs.
Like I don't necessarily. I believe in like the gods having favor on somebody, not because like there's basketball gods, but because if you believe it, if those players believe, if it's mojo, if it's juju, whatever they believe they've got a lucky rabbit's foot, like then it's true. If you believe it's true, then it's true, because you're going to play like it and you're not going to give up.
Yep.
In honor of our draft later today and what we talked about yesterday, it's the scene in Angels in the Outfield where they make Mel Clark think he has an angel with him when he doesn't.
This guy here
ends up winning the game. And he's like, there's an angel here right now? Yeah, I mean, the kid says he sees one, right? Just believe. All you got to do is believe. And Indiana believes right now.
Yep. Oh, God, I love it. Who plays tonight? We got the Cavs and not Cavs, Knicks, Celtics tonight, and then
Knicks, Celtics, and we've got
Nuggets,
Thunder.
So more good basketball tonight. Speaking of the Thunder, what you got, Rusty?
I was just gonna say, like Wayno said a few minutes ago, like second round playoff basketball is where it's at, man. It's weeded out a lot of the front runners, and you've got some serious basketball.
You still got games every night.
Yep,
Like,
which is awesome.
That's what's great. Like you've got 2 games every night virtually, and it's not 4, but you still got 2 games every night,
Nice.
and it's high level stuff.
But I was about to say, it may not be 4 games, but it's 2 really good basketball games. At least that's what we've gotten so far.
I'll take it. We just ruined it. Tonight's going to suck. No,
it's going to be 2 blowouts.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Sam Presti was named Executive of the Year last night. Want to touch on that briefly. He kind of ran away with it. Maybe not. He had 10 first-place votes. He finished with 74 total points. Second place.
He's going to win it every year.
Every year.
I mean, yeah, why not?
You're going to have like the LeBron fatigue kind of happen with Presti, where you just get tired of giving it to LeBron, so you figure out somebody else to give it to.
Yep.
Yep. The same reason why Joel Embiid and SGA are going to have MVPs instead of Jokic having 5. Like, it's just fatigue.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. One thing that was great, we talked about this off air. I love Brooklyn getting a first place vote.
Yeah, Sean Marks and Brad Stevens got the same amount of first place votes. 1.
It's hilarious. Whatever. Clearly, I don't know. I wonder who voted. I want to know who that vote.
I want to know who voted that. Yeah.
I
mean, then Dunleavy only got 1 second place vote for pulling out like a absolute and some third place votes for pulling out the Jimmy Butler trade. Like, I feel like that should have put him a little bit higher.
You know who should have won it?
Nico or Rob Pelinka.
Rob Pelinka.
Yeah.
You made a trade for Luka Doncic. Like, yeah. I don't
really you're right.
I think everybody knows.
It may not have worked out, and it definitely didn't, but this wasn't a trade for this year. And so
everybody knows what that was. That was Adam Silver pushing that trade through 100%.
Nobody
and Luka is not going to be a Laker long term. You heard it here first.
Oh, shoot. I don't want to talk about Sam Preston anymore.
Grizzlies are trading for Luka. You heard it from Rusty.
The Grizzlies
not what I'm
aggregate
saying.
that. Moving on. We are going to make some trades. I don't know why I sound like a donkey. We have been talking about this roster, and we will continue to be talking about this roster through the summer. We came up with a fun little exercise. We talked about free agents on the team that we may or may not re-sign last week. Today, I want to talk about possible trades that keep our core intact. And I'm going to stop calling them the big three. We're going to call them the core. I think
like the core three.
Core three. And so it's building around the core, engaging around the core. So we came up with some trades that do not trade either Desmond Bane, John Morant, or Jaren Jackson Jr. Today,
well, and I think that's where you have to start.
Yes.
I said on the Two Buck Sports Show, we did our exit interviews on Thursday. Like, do not get emotional with the Desmond Bane decision. I know we're not high on him right now, or his stock's never been lower, I guess is the better way to put it.
Yeah.
Not that we're down on him, but it's low. Do not get emotional here and do something that doesn't have to be done. I'd still truly believe you can win the Grizzlies can win with Desmond Bane on their roster, and there's no reason to think you can't.
And there's trades out there that can make it happen.
Yeah, there's, the problem is 4 through 12. You don't have really any players that you can bank on.
Yep. Well said. So that being said, I've got a player. How do you want to do this? Rusty, I know you have, how many do you have? You've got one that
I've got one. Mm-hmm.
Give me your one, and then I'll give you the one that I came up with.
So I kind of hijacked this one from the group chat as one that I saw on Twitter, and I like it, and that's why I wanted to bring it up. So, it's a two-part trade. The first part of the trade, it came from, I saw it from Grizzly, and I believe it's Joe Mullinax who came up with this trade. But the Grizzlies sent Brandon Clark and 2 firsts to the Pelicans for Herb Jones. And I think that's an instant step up from a wing defensive standpoint. He's Vince Williams Jr. with a jump shot.
Yeah. Yes.
Or who we thought Vince was going to be with a jump shot.
And 4 inches taller.
Yeah.
He's the ideal version of Vince. He's what Vince does, but better right now.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
And then with that, then you take the next step on that trade. And this one, it gets a little squirrely, but I'd still like some of the return. You send John Conchar, GG, a 2026 second and a 2029 second to the Miami Heat for Jaime Jaquez Jr. and Haywood Highsmith, 2 big wings who rebound.
I like Jaime Jaquez. I feel like his ceiling is like Kelly Olynyk, like unathletic or not as athletic big man. Listen, I do believe that you're giving up BC, GG, and Jitty, whatever. Giving up those 2, and you're getting back Herb and Jaquez and Highsmith. Is that drastic upgrades to give up a first-round pick with those, to give up on the upside of GG Jackson? Like I've said, GG's the only one whose upside I would consider holding on to. Everybody else can whatever, but GG's got the special upside, So I guess that's the question you have to answer before you make either of those.
And I agree with you. I'm not sure that Jaime Jaquez and Haywood Highsmith are the haul that I would want for GG. Mm-hmm. But this trade keeps our core 3 intact, and it adds defense and rebounding around him, 2 things that we struggle with this year, because Herb Jones is going to defend like his life depends on it. Jaime Jaquez, he may take your coach's wife, but he's also going to take a bunch of rebounds in the game.
Ex-wife.
That's the thing.
Ex-wife.
Sorry.
Ex-wife.
Give him a little credit. He took Spo's ex-wife, but he's going to get every rebound too. So it makes us better. I think, it's not like the drastic Sabonis marketing trade, but I think this trade does make us better in areas where we struggle. Now, again, I think GG can fetch you a lot more. I would much rather see GG. There's a trade out there as well where you could move GG, Brandon Clark, some picks, and still go get Cam Johnson, which is the upside that I would love. That's a trade I would make for GG with the upside, because Cam Johnson is a 3-and-D wing like we need.
I'm scared of trading for Heat players, because what you want, what you're scared of is they're almost like trading for old Spurs players. Like, are they good, or is this kind of the culture they're raised in?
Yes.
Because once upon a time, the Grizzlies made a trade that we all loved for a wing player for the Miami Heat. His name was Justice Winslow.
Ugh.
And, it's kind of like, he defends. high motor guy. It just never worked out. I mean, he was shooting literal grenades.
Yeah.
And
I do have 2 trades, by the way. And the other one was Brandon Clark, G.G. Jackson, John Conchar to the Brooklyn Nets with 2 firsts. And we get back Cam Johnson and Dark Whitehead, which again, it's just a filler, but it's still to make Derek. Dark. Well, yeah, that's how we pronounce it in North Mississippi. Derek Whitehead, which is a filler to get back, but you're essentially sending BC and GG and getting Cam Johnson in return.
And multiple first round
and a couple more, which is what Brooklyn wants. Again, like we've talked about on our show, Buck, like we've got enough young players. It's time to hedge some of those picks and go get. And it's a 26
I agree,
and a 28.
But you still want it to be a fair trade. I don't know that Cam Johnson's worth 2 firsts and GG and Brandon Clark.
I don't know.
Can I give you a name that I like? And I just want to see what you guys think.
It's your show.
Dude, I don't care.
Don't let us take it over.
It's our show. Dante DiVincenzo. My way of thinking is T-Wolves got to pay Naw and they got to pay Nas Reed. And I think they could be looking to get rid of some. Their cap situation is quite weird. I mean, I'm saying you could give up like BC and J Huff for Dante DiVincenzo and do like a 2 second-round swaps. And they shed cap and they get some depth behind Rudy if they need to let Rudy walk. I was looking for shooting.
I love Dante.
I love the shooting. Yeah,
that's what I was looking for. I mean, he shot like
there ain't a lick of defense coming back.
He's like Luke Kennard with a bad attitude, but in a good way.
It's going to be hard, like to pair him beside beside Ja or Dez.
He's
because
not that bad of a defender.
He's not a great defender. Like Ja and Dez's defense got better, but like that
you
feels
got to
like
think
a lot
of the role
of holes
that
defensively.
DiVincenzo would fill, though. I mean, he's going to be your 6 man. He's
that
not going to start. And if he's going to be a 6 man, you're not looking at him locking down anybody either. You're looking at that. You're looking at that shot. Play hard defense, whether it's good or not. Play well with others, and then just be able to be a consistent heater off the bench.
I think we're all aligned though. Like we're looking for a 6th man. We're looking for a Herb Jones. We're looking for a Dante. We're looking for a Cam. We're looking for someone to be that 6th man to come and just give us a little, because Santi was too inconsistent. We got nothing from Vince. Luke was a Gigi's not ready yet. You know, like Pip was the only one that gave us consistent bench minutes the entire season. Brandon Clark when he was healthy, but
I mean, I think, though, if either of those guys, if you get either Herb Jones or Cam Johnson, they're going to start, and it's going to put Jalen on the bench, which will give you the spark and that dogged defensiveness off the bench. And then Jalen becomes your 6th man, which is a good role for a sophomore player in the NBA, right? Like he's going to come in. The sophomore slump's a real thing. If you can get a starting caliber wing and let Jalen go to the bench, then that regression and slump will be less noticeable as he figures it out through the bench. And then who knows what it looks like in the future.
Yeah, that's a good call because he's another guy that would really just flourish in that 6 man role.
Because he's a glue guy. That's what he is. That's what he's going to be. He is a glue guy, and he will be a great 6 man and that like lockdown defender late when you need a guy out there that's going to shut down Steph Curry or a Halliburton or somebody at the end of a game. You throw Jalen Wells on him.
I mean, you look in the playoffs, you're going to play 7 guys, so you need to upgrade your top 7 guys.
That's it.
Bottom line.
That's it.
I don't want any podcasters.
Yeah.
I mean,
don't give me Paul George.
Is Cam Johnson not just young Paul George at this point?
I know, no, because Cam Johnson has at least been to the finals and he plays entire seasons.
I'm just making a false equivalency here based on the fact they both podcast.
Aggregate him. All right, before we get out of here, let's draft some stuff. It's draft day, not the movie. Draft day, not the movie. We are going to draft baseball movies. We talked briefly about it yesterday, and I don't know, it's baseball, sports movies. We're going to do baseball movies. There's plenty of them. Let me get my okay. Pick a number between do you want never mind. I'm assigning Rusty 1, I'm assigning Drew 2, and I'm assigning myself 3. No, on the dice. I'm rolling for it.
Woo.
All right, Drew, you'll be first.
That's how it always works.
Yeah, you'll be second, Rusty. I thought you were doing a slow snap, and I was like, what's happening? He's playing a violin. All right, I get it.
No, it's a fiddle, okay? All right. With the first overall pick of the Daily Grind baseball movies draft, Uncle Buck takes The Sandlot.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The one of one.
Yeah.
It's just to me, it's so easy. It is a coming of age classic in which we were all kids when it came out. You felt like you resonated with one of those kids, whether it was Ham or Benny the Jet, which obviously was me, or Rusty was Ham. I'm sure. I'm sure Luke was the little kid who was learning to play baseball for the first time.
Yep.
Luke was Smalls.
I was.
Small. So for me, there's an obvious one of one. It's my favorite baseball movie. It really romanticized what baseball truly is, and I love The Natural with Robert Redford. It's one of my all-time favorite movies anyway, and I'm taking The Natural as my first pick.
I've forgotten about The Natural. Quite good.
It's so good, man.
I'm gonna go Air Bud 7th inning stretch. I'm kidding.
I was like, wow, what a take.
I get two. So I'm gonna take Moneyball first. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. And then I'm gonna take League of Their
Good movie.
Own. I love League of Their
Dang,
Own.
you took both of my kind of I thought would come back to me.
I'm so sorry. Watching Tom Hanks pee and them timing it is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. When he goes, there's no crying in baseball. It's just I love it.
No. Man, there's so many good ones to pick from. There's so
There are
many
a
great
lot.
like movies like hanging out there that I can still take that haven't been taken. So I'm going to take Major League because it's one of the best comedies, baseball movies. Love Major League.
Yep.
Ooh, okay. Dang, I may have to. All right, I will. I've got the turn here, so I've got my last two picks.
Get your last two.
Mhm.
Bad time to not have a good grasp on all of the great baseball movies right there. So I'm going to take For the Love of the Game. Kevin Costner playing baseball. Most of them are amazing. One of them,
Especially building
Get out of here.
one of them sucks.
Get out of here.
And for the second one, my last pick, I will take. Shoot, I'm blanking on it.
Who's in it?
I will take The Rookie
Damn it.
With Dennis Quaid, yeah.
with Dennis Quaid.
I didn't want to say Dennis Quaid and give you. I love that movie.
It's one that doesn't get replayed a lot, but it is so good.
It's quite good. Those kids are. I'm with Dennis Quaid, good actor.
Good act. Breaking.
Yeah, so I'm between two movies of when kids take over in professional baseball. There's two. There's one where he's the manager of the Twins. There's one where Rowan Gardner's a pitcher for the Cubs. Give me Rookie of the Year. There's so many great quotables in there. Gardenhosa, Wagapika, Yen. Or we talk about icy hot. He's like, it's hot and it's cold. It's the best of both worlds. Like there's so many great quotes. Give me Rookie of the Year.
When he gets locked, when he gets locked in the locker room.
In the locker, he's like, "Wah!" When they win, he's like shaking the cage.
It's so good. And you know
Classic
what?
movie.
I got King Meeks with my last pick. I'm taking Bad News Bears. I was really
Yeah,
worried.
that's good.
I you know what? I was worried when you said kids. I was like, come on, please. But
I was
these
thinking of Little
movies,
Big League.
which one?
Little Big League. Y'all remember that
Big
kid?
League is
Is
great.
like he becomes the manager of the Twins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bench warmers.
Yeah. David Spade classic.
Yeah. Wayno mentioned basketball. I don't know if that counts. But the creators
Basketball.
of South Park with
We do need to
basketball.
talk about Field of Dreams. It was not drafted, but it's wonderful.
for
Great
good
movie.
reason.
Great movie. 42. The Jackie
42
Robinson
was-
story
I had
great.
42. Yep.
61. The Roger
Yep.
Maris. There's so many
8
good
Men
baseball
Out.
movies. Yeah, that we left out there, man.
Okay.
Angels in the outfield.
In the
Angels in
outfield.
the outfield. We talked about God. Okay. So to recap, we let Air Bud 7th inning stretch
Draft
was left
day.
on the table.
Yeah.
Did you say draft day? Get out of here. I got to pick. I got to pick like I was blessed with this. Jesus. I got Bad News Bears. I got Moneyball, and I got
League of Their Own.
League of Their Own. Thank you.
Mhm. That's why I take notes.
God, thank you. I just drink
think
more
I
coffee.
I think I like Luke's list. I had The Sandlot, The Rookie, and
Love of the game.
Love of the Game. For the Love of the Game. Yep.
And then I have The Natural, Major League, and Rookie of the Year. Man, I got a good list. I'm happy about that.
I might call out of work and just watch all these movies all day. just be like, yeah, man, I can't come in. I've got to.
Yeah, you got to be wearing my throwback Ken Griffey Jr. shirt. Got to be feeling some nostalgia baseball. I might do the same.
Or we might watch it's baseball season. We got to talk baseball.
Bull Durham. We didn't talk about Bull Durham.
Oh my God, Bull Durham didn't get drafted.
Like, oh my gosh.
I'm so sorry, Kevin Costner. Please forgive me.
All the
if you're watching Kevin Costner, I'm sorry. That's going to do it for our show today. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for drafting with us. We're going to be back tomorrow to talk more basketball, more stuff like we do. Have a good day today. Enjoy your day at work. Get at it. No, Rusty, you're not a winner. Spam it. Good job on the spam, Uncle Buck.
I knew he was going to go for it. I watched his eyes. I'm a good defender.
Great, I love it. I don't even have to worry about it. You guys are handling it. We'll be back tomorrow. Remember these two things. Remember to be a little weird and remember to smile. Bye, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.